Welcome, beautiful buddies and gentlemen family. In today's video, we'll be predicting the upcoming Conference League, Europa League, and Champions League prediction. And during this video, we'll also be taking a look at my quarterfinal predictions for the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. So, from the Conference League, as you can see, I predicted Real Betis, Chelsea FC, Fiorentina, and Rapid Vienna to go through. Real Betis went through, Fiorentina went through, Chelsea FC went through, and obviously Jurgården surprisingly knocked out Rapid Vienna in this game. So, we have a Chelsea Jurgården semi-final on the right side, a Betis Fiorentina semi-final on the left side. Very interesting ties. Obviously, Fiorentina starting with that game, they've been, very good in this Europa League, Conference League recently. So they have that experience, I guess, coming up against the Betis side. Very talented Betis side. Isco, Anthony. They've been very good, especially since Anthony came. But they've been very good in the Conference League, as you can see, beating off 3-1, 6-2, 3-1. Being very comfortable in all of their ties compared to Fiorentina, who have 5-4, 4-3 victory. Made this game tougher than it is. I got to pick Betis. I gotta pick Anthony, my boy Anthony, to win this game. I think Real Betis will make it to the Conference League final on the left side. I think it will be a tough game, tough tie, but I'm picking Betis. From the right bracket, you got Jurgården and Chelsea. Jurgården, as I've mentioned, they are my rivals for my local team here in Sweden as well, so I definitely do not want to see them go through. But I can't lie, especially, I think they got a 3-1 victory away at Rapid Vienna. That is very impressive. So I don't think this tie will be as, Chelsea would just dominate. Chelsea, what was it? They lost, I think. They won the first leg versus Warsaw 3-0. Then they lost the other one 2-1. So it's not like Chelsea are insane. Obviously, huge difference between Chelsea and Jurgården, but there's a reason Jurgården are in this. I'm still going to pick Chelsea to go through to the final, beating Jurgården, but Jurgården are going to make the game tough. Going to the final, my prediction for the final was Chelsea to win it, and yeah, I'm still gonna pick Chelsea as the winner of the Conference League. Moving on to the Europa League. As you can see, for the Europa League, I had Spurs, Atletico Bilbao, Lazio, and Olympique de Lyon to go through. Spurs went through, Atletico Bilbao went through. Lazio didn't. It was Bodo Glimt, and Lyon obviously got knocked out by Manchester United. So 2 correct, 2 incorrect there. And yeah, I think these ties are good. I like Atletico Bilbao United. I would have wished Lyon. Look at that, 7-6 on aggregate. It was a goal fest. Lyon and United both obviously don't have the best defenses, but both are very good offensively. United versus Bilbao. Spurs versus Bodo Glimt. Spurs, as I said, they have just been... I think they just want this tournament that much. I think in such a bad season where they're sitting, 16th in the table or something, they're pushing everything they have for this Europa League. And Bodo Glimt, man, they're having a historical season. When you look at Bodo Glimt, the size of the club, the wages, the money, everything, the location they are in Norway, they are definitely pushing above their expectations. Is it going to be a Bodo Glimt fairy tale, or will Spurs make the final? I'm going to stick to my prediction. I will take Spurs into the Conference League final. And Bilbao versus United. Shout out to United to make it here. I think it's impressive what they've done. Beating Sociedad and Lyon are not the easiest team. They are very cup merchants, Manchester United, especially in recent time. But I think Bilbao will be too strong for them. Bilbao, obviously, the Europa League final will be played in Spain, in Bilbao. So I just don't see United going through Bilbao. Could make it tough. Could take their moments. The game at Old Trafford, United need to take their chances in that game. But I've got to pick Atletico Bilbao. Atletico Bilbao versus Spurs in the Europa League final. I got to pick Atletico Bilbao. Spurs, it would be the most Spurs thing to make it through all of this against AZ Alkmaar, Frankfurt, Bodo Glimt, and then lose in the final. And Atletico Bilbao, as said, they have cared so much about winning this tournament. It will be absolutely huge for Bilbao, the club, and I think they will be the winners. And this was my prediction in the video. Also had the Bilbao versus... I had the Bilbao Lazio final, actually. Very interesting. Bilbao winning. Okay, so that there is some small differences here. Moving on to the Champions League. I had Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, and Inter Milan to go through into the semi-final. Obviously, Arsenal FC knocked out Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. But apart from that, Barca was correct, Inter Milan was correct, and Paris Saint-Germain was correct. Going into the predictions, I've had already my thoughts on the Champions League, so there isn't that much I would say. Not much has changed, even though like PSG drew versus Nantes, Arsenal drew versus Palace, Barca, not the best form. Inter lost today 3-0 to AC Milan. I don't think that will change that much. I'm still going to pick Paris Saint-Germain and FC Barcelona to meet in the Champions League final. I think Paris Saint-Germain stronger than Arsenal, Barca stronger than Inter. Could Inter and Arsenal go through to the final? 100%. But yeah, I think Barca and Paris Saint-Germain have the edge, are the favorites in the tie. And if PSG lose to Arsenal, it would not be good, especially because Arsenal are not even an experienced UCL team. Barca losing to Inter. I mean, Inter are good. They were obviously in the final 2 years ago. Lost, unfortunately, in a penalty shootout to Atletico Madrid last season. So it wouldn't be as bad for Barca to lose to Inter, but PSG would be more embarrassing and disappointing losing to Arsenal, definitely. But yeah, I'm going to pick a Paris Saint-Germain FC Barcelona Champions League final. And obviously, the winner has to be Paris Saint-Germain. And in my video prediction, I obviously had Paris Saint-Germain to win the Champions League final. So the predictions going good so far. The quarterfinal predictions in the Conference League, I had 3 out of 4. The only one I got incorrect was your Gordon going through versus Rapid Vienna. In the Europa League, obviously Bodo Glimt beat Lazio and United beat Lyon, 2 wrong. And in this one, I had 3 correct, 1 wrong. Obviously, Arsenal advancing versus Real Madrid. But yeah, those are my updated Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League predictions. Let me know in the comments down below who's going to win the Champions League, who's going to win the Europa League, and who is going to win the Conference League. That's been it from boy PSG, and as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.